Everyone knows Napoleon lost at Waterloo. Nobody talks about what his wars cost the continent or who got rich anyway. The textbook story is simple. The Napoleonic Wars drained European treasuries, bankrupted kingdoms, and left the continent in ruins. France spent itself into oblivion. Britain mortgaged its future. Austria and Prussia limped home broken. Sounds tidy, sounds wrong, because here's what actually happened. Some of Europe got richer, much richer. And the mechanism that made that possible is still running today. Start with the obvious cost. Between 1803 and 1815, France, Britain, Austria, Russia, and Prussia collectively spent what we'd call trillions in modern money. Armies consumed grain harvests. Navies burned timber and coal. Soldiers died, millions of them, which meant lost labor, lost productivity, lost future taxpayers. The continental system, Napoleon's trade embargo against Britain, was supposed to strangle British commerce. Instead, it created shortages everywhere, spiked prices, and made logistics a blood sport. But here's where the story cracks. Britain, supposedly strangled by the embargo, actually expanded its merchant fleet. Why? Because blockades create monopolies. When French and Dutch traders vanished from global markets, British merchants inherited their routes. The Royal Navy protected those routes. Lloyd's of London insured those ships. British banks financed the whole thing. The war was expensive. The war was also incredibly profitable if you were British and positioned right. Now look at the bond market. To finance the wars, governments didn't just raise taxes, they sold government debt. Lots of it. British consols, Austrian bonds, Prussian notes. Wealthy merchants and aristocrats who bought these bonds got paid interest every year guaranteed by the state. The wars destroyed crops and killed soldiers. The wars also created a stable, tax-backed revenue stream. If you had capital in 1805, you could park it in government bonds and watch it compound while others fought. The real shift came after 1815. The Congress of Vienna didn't just redraw maps, it created the Concert of Europe, a framework where major powers managed each other through negotiation instead of constant war. That stability, it was catnip to investors. Government bonds became less risky. Capital flowed. The Industrial Revolution, which had been sputtering along, suddenly had money and peace to work with. Britain's factories hummed. Belgium's coal mines boomed. Germany's iron industry awakened. The real economic consequence wasn't collapse, it was reorganization. France lost its dominance. Britain became the undisputed financial capital. A new system emerged, one where nation-states borrowed to fund infrastructure, where capital markets priced risk, where naval power protected trade, where whoever controlled credit controlled geopolitics. We call it the Pax Britannica. It was born in Napoleon's debts. So what's the lesson? Wars are expensive. That's true, but they're also opportunities for creditors, monopolists, and whoever can finance them. The wars didn't break Europe's economy. They modernized it. They forced governments to systematize taxation, standardize currencies, and professionalize their finances. The tools of modern macroeconomics were forged in those 20 years of conflict. And the people who understood that, they made fortunes. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. If you want to understand how money and power actually move through history, subscribe. We decode the financial forces behind every major event. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.